Okay, the new set is out. So far, Ariados, hope I'm pronouncing that right, to me looks like the most interesting and game-changing Pokemon. Its ability is Trap Territory, which adds 1 retreat cost to your opponent's Pokemon. This stacks up, so if you have 2 Ariados, you essentially add 2 retreat costs to your opponent's active Pokemon. This adds a Teemu lock feature into your deck. It comes in handy when facing Oricorio, where you can semi-lock them in place, while chipping away damage added. It's very important to remember this advantage that you have, as sometimes I do forget it myself. This also gives you the opportunity to slow down attacks if you need to build up. Because of this, we run double Sabrinas. Also, we don't run Pokeballs, as all our basics are 50 health and below. I think the only card I might suggest you replace here is X-Speed for Copycat. Honestly, I felt I did not really need the Copycat, as Quick-Grow Extract already ramps this deck up so fast that it feels a little redundant. Anyways, let's get into some games so I can show you the deck. Alright, so we start with Spinarak. Hope I'm pronouncing these names correctly, because yeah, Pokemons that I never really pronounced before. Okay, so yeah, we don't do very well against 2 decks, which is, I mean, 2 types at least. 1 type which is Fire type and Oricarios, so not a type, but you know what I mean. Yeah, so here and we went first, so that's, you know, kind of bad for us in general, but I think it kind of worked out decently here. So yeah, so we have to remember that the Oricorio has 2 retreat costs right now, so they can't really retreat. They have to retreat and then bring up one of the Zeras, plus they have to have elemental switch, right? And it's kind of kills a lot of energy, so the Ori is kind of stuck here, which is great. And thankfully we put Lisia. So Lisia is like the saving grace card in almost any position. I mean, at least early game, right? You kind of always want to start with Lisia if possible. I mean, obviously that's not possible, but you know what I mean. That's a great start once you have Lisia. It doesn't matter what other cards you have in general. Of course, with Quick-Grow as well, that will be really nice. Really nice. So yeah, so thankfully we have Whimsicott in hand. So here we do take out the Zera. Yeah, so okay, so the little tip with against Ori decks, you generally want to save both tools for the to put onto your Ariados. Yeah, Ariados. Because if you put the Leaf Cape, you get 110 health, so you withstand at least 3 hits from 120 health, right? Yeah, 120 health, so you withstand 3 hits from an Oricorio, or you withstand a whole Magnet Zone, which is normally the partner to Oricorio. Not here, but you know what I mean. And so that gives you, a bit more survivability and gives you better odds of winning the game, at least, because obviously Whimsicott cannot hit Oricorio, so yeah. So here I was thinking a bit too much. I think, okay, the bad part about this deck is there's a lot of calculating, right? First you have to calculate your opponent's retreat cost, plus adding Ariados effect and all stuff like that is a lot of math. So I wasn't trying to BM there for sure. I was really just like trying to make sure I played the best move I could play. So yeah, we won the first game. That's nice. So this deck, yeah, I think it's pretty, I would say it's a spicy deck, but it's also a very strong meta deck right now. I can, like, I think the few times I've played against a Charizard deck, I won. So I mean, in this, yeah, so but yeah, most of the times that I played the Charizard decks, I won mainly because Whimsicott's attack is kind of crazy. I think I deal like 190 or something to a Charizard with 2 Ariados. I think that's the maximum damage now thinking about it, because the Charizard, Mega Charizard only has 2 retreat costs, so we add to a total of 4, which I think, yeah, gives us 190, I think. 40 plus 30 times 120. Well, maybe less actually. Now I'm thinking about it. But yeah. Overall, we still do these. Oh yeah, okay, because and Charizard does 50 damage to itself. So yeah, we don't have to do a crazy amount of damage to take out the Charizard, right? But yeah. Okay, so the I had the option of Sabrina here, but I felt that I do want to get, you know, kind of the first hit on the Venusaur. I think that would be more beneficial for us. And okay, Venusaur has three retreat costs, so plus the 5, like total of 5 if you have, you know, Ariados. If you have 2 Ariadoses, that would give us 150 plus 40, so 190 damage, which is quite a lot. Ooh, but I think Mega Venusaur has 4 retreat costs. Let me check that out. Yeah, it has 4 retreat costs, so we deal 190 plus 20, 220. So that's where maybe, you know, like the Rocky Helmet does come in handy. The Leaf Cape, not so much in that matchup. So in this matchup, Leaf Cape is kind of maybe for the Ariados, but that's about it. Yeah, against fire decks in general, Leaf Cape is pretty much useless because even on a full Whimsicott, a fire deck, just almost anything that, you know, they attack with is gonna take out Whimsicott. So you only pretty much get one shot with that. So here, okay, we do nicely. We do get to take out this Venusaur and have 70 health, so that's not too bad. And for them to power, because I think not most of the mega, the current megas, they're not playing rare candy, which is interesting. But I mean, because the stage ones kind of, you know, there's so much benefit in the stage ones. I mean, I guess that's Dina's or Pokemon's way of countering rare candy, or at least, you know, giving you reasons to not only play rare candy. Yeah, I don't know. I personally just prefer rare candy in most cases. I mean, obviously, unless your energy is you know, never gonna be quick enough for the rare candy, then yeah, that makes sense to just go into stage 1, yeah, all the way, you know. So yeah, we just win. This yeah, Quick Growth Extract as well is so strong. So I think, you know, Ariados Quick Growth Extract, that's why this deck is kind of supercharged, and I would say it's at the moment feels like the top meta deck for me, because I think of the speed as well. I mean, Whimsicott only requires 2 energies to attack. You do need to have some planning, because if some cases you do want to go into a 2-2 with Whimsicott. I think this was the game I was hoping to go into a 2-2, obviously. But yeah, we, you know, at this point, a Lisia or a basic would have been nice at least. But yeah, we just straight up lose to Entei and, you know, the Charmeleon. I think the Charmeleon skill is pretty nice, especially like, you know, if you have double Charizards in the back, double yeah, you basically double you can power up Entei without putting energy on Entei, which is kind of insane. But yeah, that's kind of I think the synergy is not bad there. It's actually pretty nice. But yeah, I don't know. I think Mega Charizard, I don't really like it at the moment, at least, because I think 50 damage to itself is kind of a lot for a Mega, because Rampados has that, right? But yeah, I think for Megas, you know, you can't be so you know, kamikaze with your life. But yeah, okay, this game got pretty I think it got okay, yeah, so okay, it got pretty interesting because of the Oricorio. So in general, when you see the Oricorio come out, you are trying to use Ariados. I mean, you have to use Ariados to take it out, right? So at this point, I kind of took a risk here. I used Sabrina because I believe they will give me the Oricorio, which is what I want, right? Because I want to start you know, chipping away at this Ori. Yeah, that second energy was definitely a mistake. I think I was kind of like, yeah, I was in my head quite a bit because against Ori decks, it gets, you know, tricky, right? In that, yeah, you just have to plan this out because all you have is 30 damage and maybe the 20 from Cottonee, right? And you just have to make sure that you are prepared to handle that. So here, the opponent also made pretty much a mistake in my opinion because at the least, like some people forget that they have a 3 retreat cost. Like in this case, this Ori has a 3 retreat cost, and but you know, I think they should have put the energy onto the Ori, not the back. But you know, yeah, that's good for me because I know that they can't retreat this turn for sure, and yeah, and thankfully Ariados has good health on it, so we do survive the hit from Ori. But in this case, most of the time you're also going to try to want to keep your Ariados alive, at least one, right? Erika's and blah blah blah, your Erika's, your capes, these are things that you're just gonna kind of throw at it with reason, of course. But yeah, so here yeah, the capes generally will go on Ariados, but I don't exactly need it right now because I know that they shouldn't be retreating this turn. Obviously short of X speed, right? But yeah, I'm not banking on that. And plus, there's not much we can do if they did that. So you know, yeah. I should have burned my X speed. Well, at least I think I should burn it here because there's no. I don't think I kind of have too much energy everywhere right now, so I don't actually need the X speed. I think I do burn it next turn at least. So here it gets kind of tricky because once the Magnet Zone takes out, yeah, okay, GG. I mean, I guess that the opponent did not draw into their hand, like another basic at least, so yeah, they just gave up. It was still 50-50 at that point, in my opinion. I think he could still win, especially if he drew another Ori. But I think sometimes, you know, it's psychological warfare, right? You took out the first Ori, so you're going to take out the second Ori somehow. Yeah. Okay, so this game, yeah, it's not the greatest game because this Charizard just evolves in the active. So it's pretty much us just chipping down the Charizard, and I don't know, maybe he's playing solo Charizard. I don't think that's smart by any means, but you know, yeah, maybe he's playing solo Charizard, but yeah, I don't think that's a good idea, especially because you don't even have health. Once you start attacking, the most you take out is like 1 EX, assuming, right? I mean, if they had a Mega in the active, which they shouldn't, yeah, you know what I mean. I'm just gonna assume he braked because if not, that's pretty bad deck building. Yeah, so here, not much to say in that we just chip at the Charizard. Yeah, we if we had a Whimsicott here, I would have attacked, but we didn't, so we just chill. We just pull back and chill. And basically, actually, just him taking out our Ariadoses it's gonna bring him down to 40 health, short of, you know, Sabrina's, right? So I was thinking of bringing my Whimsicott in here because I could, but I would only deal 130 damage, which well, it's not enough to kill the Charizard, so I was like, nah, I don't have to do it. What I did was I just sacrificed the Spinarak, which is, you know, if he Sabrina me, I'll just give him Ariados, and that's fine too. And yeah, Charizard's down to 70, so it's pretty much GG. I think we deal a decent amount. How much do we do? 130? Yeah, 130 damage. And that, yeah, then that's GG. yeah, so with this deck, I actually started off and I wasn't doing too well, but I think it was partly because I kept not factoring in the 1 retreat cost that we add to as in the 1 retreat cost, meaning that people can't retreat so freely anymore, right? And I think that's where you know where you shine with this deck, where you do well with this deck. And I really enjoy this playing this. Even I mean I want to say even if it's not very strong, but I think the deck is really strong. I mean, if which Pokemon does 100 220 right to like a Venusaur, 220 damage for 2 energies, has 140 170 with Leaf Cape. That's pretty insane. That's pretty much close to EX level, a basic EX, right? Like Absol, right, and stuff like that. Yeah, so pretty strong deck, pretty fun deck as well, especially locking opponents and if they had a Mega on the back and you just lock them in with no energies and they need like 3 to 4 energies, you kind of pretty much win the game because they're never going to retreat, because if they're 4, like a Venusaur has 4 energies and you add 2 more 6 energies, they're never retreating, and if they do, they're not going to be powered on anything else. I guess you could argue there's Lyra, but I don't think many people play Lyra, so I did play a game today that someone played Lyra, so it happens, but you know what I mean, it's not going to be common. Okay, anyway, have fun with the deck. Yeah, GG's.